cut out. Yes, stiffers. Love the bag. Told you, ain't nothing simple. I just dressed down for you today because I went on your Instagram.
I just put on some jeans and a little polo.
It's not. It's just not that.
Just a little belly.
Yeah.
The navy on navy. The stanza in. I've been wearing stanza.
Welcome to the happy hour, everybody, right here on Sirius XM Fly. I'm HB, and it is Talk About It Tuesdays, where I'm telling you, every single night, every single week, we are doing something bigger and better right here in the happy hour. This Talk About It Tuesday, because there was a need for this. We're doing our fashion fix with one and only fabulous. He's my friend. Not only is he super talented, but he's my friend and a person that I trust in terms of word and integrity.
She tried to make me cry before we get on.
The one and only stylist to the stars and can turn a regular chick out too. Mr. Wouri Vice is here in the happy hour. We're talking about fashion today, Wouri. Thank you so much for coming to the show and doing this.
Thank you for having me.
No, seriously.
No, I'm serious too. I love you.
Thank you.
To pieces, and this is just a wonderful moment to be a part of your platform. Because you've created so many platforms on so many different levels. And that's one of the things that I enjoy about you is just your humility and all that you've created. It's just, I take notes from you.
Thank you so much.
A lot of people are not very gracious in this industry, but you've definitely been one of those people that are.
Thank you so much.
And consistent.
Thank you so much. Well, speaking of industry, you have done so many people in the industry that we all sat back and watched. We didn't know who was responsible for some of the looks that they have and some of the trends that got started because you decided this is what should walk that carpet or this is what should hit that stage. Share with people who are some of the people that you have put the clothes on, the Givenchy and the Gucci and all the labels. Who are some of those people?
Well, I have been blessed over the span of my career to dress people like Alicia Keys, who I worked with for 9 years. I worked with Kerry Washington, Taraji Henson. I've worked with Mike Epps, Chris Rock.
Yes.
A little bit of all the black Hollywood royalty. They've all come through my fingers. Viola Davis, Loretta Devine, Angela Bassett, Wendy Williams.
Are you ever starstruck? Do you have to I know this is what you do every single day, but do you have to just breathe before you walk into the room and go, oh my gosh, I'm about to sit down with Angela Bassett?
That day was kind of crazy because Courtney Vance was there, her husband was there, and I don't know, there was a moment.
Okay.
It was I was like, oh my God, they're both here. That was the first time that I probably wanted to take a picture with a client. Because I'm really bad about that. I just go to work to do my job and I keep it moving. But the only time that I've actually had a fan-out moment was with Steve Martin.
Really?
I don't know why. We were at the Kennedy Center Honors in D.C., and I saw him and I lost my mind. I was like, oh my God, Steve Martin. I want to take a picture with Steve Martin. I was like, Mr. Martin, would you take... And he was like, yeah, super chill. Nobody was even on his back like that. But that's the one person that has actually made me go crazy. So I would have thought it would have been Beyonce.
Okay.
But she is so chill in her demeanor that every time I see her now, it's just a dance off. She likes to see what 6'4" can do on the dance floor. So
I've seen what 6'4" can do on the dance floor. And do not put tell me where to go. Tell them where to go. Go. That's your joint right there. Where you get crazy. Wouri Vice is here, everybody, hanging out with me in the happy hour on Talk About It Tuesdays. We're going to be talking fashion up next and some of the fashion fixes because I have a million questions. I just went around Sirius. I couldn't even get to the people that actually emailed me at heatherb@SiriusXM.com. But the questions here are serious. You're going to have to help some of the girls here and just straighten it out. All right, we'll do that up next right here on Sirius XM. Welcome to the happy hour, everybody, right here on Sirius XM Fly. I'm HB, joined by Wouri Vice, stylist to the stars. I mean, people don't like to use that word or refer to themselves as such, but that's what they are. I mean, we see them, we do fan out, we have our moments, even as people that work in the industry and been in the industry for so long. I know you, but people don't know. What made you decide, Wouri, I want to do this, because the side of it that people don't know, we have to make some very interesting personal decisions each and every day. And I would go so far to say spiritual decisions when it comes to choosing work. What made you decide to be in this business and stay in it?
Well, I kind of wasn't looking to be in the business. I was the kid that was super weird and had like the blue sock and the green sock to match my top. You know, it was real Harlem in that way. Because that's where I'm born and raised. But I don't know, it kind of chose me. It was one of those things, and I always, when I speak at high schools and I speak at colleges, I tell the students to be aware of your surroundings, because you don't know who your peers are or what their goals are and where they want to go. And Alicia Keys and I, we went to high school together.
Right.
And she said that she was going to be a star, and I jokingly kept saying, I'm going to be a stylist. And I had no idea that she would be a star and I would end up becoming her stylist. And it was one of those things that was pretty serendipitous. You know, God definitely stepped in the room.
Amen.
I was at a place in my life where I was going to school. I was over school because I was at North Carolina Central University. Shout out to the Eagles. And it was a thing where I was in North Carolina, but I felt like I should be home. I had turned down a couple of internships, and then finally I took one at Giorgio Armani. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to come home. I'm going to do this. I worked at a real estate agency, a movie theater, and I did my internship. And at the movie theater, that's where I learned personality. I learned how to interact with people. It was one of those things where, like, at the time, you remember the Lowe's Village 7?
Yes,
on
of
11th
course.
and 3rd?
Yes.
So that was like the popping movie theater at the time, because it was the big glass movie theater.
Right.
And so all the celebrities and everybody would come through, and I was shoveling their popcorn and selling them their tickets. Not realizing, you know, and to be honest, when I was working there was a homeless guy. I call him Mike. Well, that is his name. And he was like, you know, if you ever need anything, I know you're into fashion. At the time, I was like 18 years old. And he's like, I got a connection at Fat Bar. And I was like, okay, Mike, whatever.
A homeless man had a connection at Fat Farm.
But catch this, because I didn't believe him, right? And so I finally had a chance to do a test shoot. A photographer called me and was like, yo, can we do a test shoot? And I'm like, well, where am I going to get clothes? And I was like, I wonder if the homeless guy was telling the truth. And I went back and I was like, Mike, I need clothes. I have a photo shoot coming up. He was telling the truth. He actually knew Russell, because Russell and Kimora were dating, and they used to always come to the movies, and Russell would always give him $100, and they became friends. And he went to a payphone, called Russell, and got me an appointment in the store, and that's how I got clothes. So when everybody asked me how and why things happen in my career, honestly, it's God. God is really all over my whole situation. Don't start crying.
It's the happy hour with Heather B.
Wait, because I can't get all teary and misty up in here. I knew you were going to do this to me. But it's real. It's real. And that's just the beginning of it. Like, I literally, you know, after that, I did my little test shoot. I was still going to college. I was back and forth between New York and North Carolina. And after school, Alicia's mom, she was our PTA president. And she kept in contact with all the kids.
Alicia Keys he's referring to.
Yeah, and so... Terry, she called me one day and was like, you want to have lunch? And we kept trying to set up lunch. And at the time, Fallen was like just on the radio. And we were sitting down. And I'll never forget it. It was April. God.
Hold it right there.
Yeah.
Okay, hold it right there.
Because it gets good.
Hold it right there. Wouri Vice is here, telling us basically how he got into the fashion industry to become the stylist to the stars that he is, and how he remained the person that he is. You mentioned Alicia Keys falling, and you're about to tell the story sitting down with her mom and before you started with her career. We're going to listen to Fallen. We'll play that right now and continue hearing this story, this testimony, up next right here on Sirius XM. In the middle of the happy hour with Heather B right here on Sirius XM Fly. It's Talk About It Tuesdays, and Wouri Vice, stylist to the stars, stopped in to hang out in the happy hour. He's about to be here all the time. He has no idea, even on Soul Food Thursdays and Fridays.
Come on, because I got a mac recipe for you, like...
What?
Baby. Because I know you burn in the kitchen. You know I burn in the kitchen. Yes. I get hungry just watching you cook. So it's been a couple of nights this summer, clearly from this stomach, that I've just bust up on the scene like, yo, I'm just going to cook something tonight. Like,
no, you need
tonight I'm having the taste for pepper steak, so...
You're going to have pepper steak. It
Yeah.
sounds like a date. You were talking about, no, because look, some pepper steak and rice, listen.
Right.
And I don't even eat beef, but I know about that pepper steak and rice. You were talking about sitting down with Alicia Keys' mom before you started working to her, and you guys had gone to high school together, you and Alicia Keys. She jokingly said she's going to be a star. You jokingly said you're going to be a stylist. What's interesting about that is that the reason I have the name Heather B, because all through high school I jokingly, well, I was serious, but I was kept saying to my best friend for 4 years, I'm going to be a star. I'm going to be a star. I'm going to be a star. And she jokingly said, I'm going to call you Heather B from now on. And that's how I got my name.
Wow.
Because I would just say it every day in high school. Like when they would ask, what's your career path? I'm like, well, I'm going to be a star. And that was just, everybody just knew. So it's amazing that you guys spoke this into existence. So much so that you ended up sitting down with her mom.
Right. So, and we'll get back to words in a second, but yeah, so we ended up, I was having the craziest time. My school in North Carolina wouldn't transfer my credits from FIT that I was getting from here, and I was working, but I was like not inspired. And it was raining super hard. My class at FIT had just gone to meet with buyers at this design company, and we finally set a date. Went to lunch. And while we were sitting at lunch, her phone rang. And this was like real early cell phones, like the StarTech Motorola's. Yeah. So that I didn't really want to age myself too bad.
Yeah.
But, so her phone rang, and it was Alicia. And Alicia says to her mom, she was like, hey, Mom, you know, they talked about whatever they were talking about. And then she was like, you know what? And if you see Wouri, let him know that I'm trying to find him. And she said, oh, that's funny because he's sitting right here. And so she gave me the phone. And Alicia asked me would I be willing. And prior to that, Terry had just asked me what I wanted to do with my life. And I was like, I'll do anything. I'll do whatever. Like, I'm tired of this real estate. I don't want to do no real estate. I'm shoveling popcorn and 7 years later. I'm tired. And she said, would you be willing to go on tour with me and help me with my clothes? And I was like, yeah. I had no idea what I was doing. I literally have learned every step of the way in my career. So from that day in 2002, I pretty much have learned how to become the person that I am and the professional that I am today.
Wouri Vice is here. I promise you he's going to answer some questions, and we're going to do that up next on Sirius XM Fly. You're bananas. You're bananas.
It's
like,
true, though. All of that is,
you need to write a book.
Seriously.
You need to write a book. Like, I'm not even joking. You need to write a book.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the Happy Hour, everybody, right here on Sirius XM Fly. It is Talk About It Tuesdays, and we're talking about fashion today, amongst other things. Look, I got Wouri right.
We just got into life. Like, it got real deep real quick. And I just want to say this one thing, that words are things. We were just talking before the mics, went hot, and I was telling you about the things that have been happening in my life. And through that, each person that I was telling you about, they all said certain things that led up to their moments. And I just realized that words are things. Words are powerful things. People, just be very clear with the words that you choose to speak, when you speak them, how you speak them, because those are things that you can't take back. You can't erase words. You can't. That's history that stays forever. So what you choose to speak over your life is so powerful in a way that nobody could ever imagine. I have a friend of mine right now who's been doing a lot of work. He's been working on different projects, but just in the way that he attacks his work, whether right now, today, he's like working on the breaks, and he just really speaks positivity over his life. And once he sees that God has connected one action, he matches 10 others to it and does it unknowingly. But I just sit back sometimes and I'm just really quiet, and I'm like, wow, like you really be speaking stuff over your life, because everything that you say happens.
Is there a word you would like to speak over your life now, or are there words that you're speaking over your life right now and that you see God connected?
Being here right now. It's a part of change. I've asked God for change. I know that there's a lot of information, which is why I'm sitting here, that I have to give. I know that this is the evolution. This and the television shows that you've been seeing me on, that's the evolution to what I do. because the information is necessary to those who have come behind me, because I did come at a time where my industry looks super glamorous, and it looks like everybody's running around, you know, carrying Birkin bags and not breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
Social media has kind of portrayed that thing, but I feel like these are the moments, and this is the new platform in order for me to have that type of inspiration. It's kind of like the Ayala of fashion. I hope you get your outfit and your life together at the same damn time.
Perfect. Well, we are kicking off right now. Welcome back to the show. We are kicking off right now a monthly segment. I'm just saying it. These are my words with Wouri Vice and his fashion
And I'm receiving it, and I'm here for you.
And I have questions for you, and hopefully you can just help out and do this really for each and every person out there. So make sure you continue to email me at heatherb@SiriusXM.com. First question from Stacy. When wearing a white blouse and tan, new bra, is it horrible if you can't see the bra under it? So this person is wearing a white blouse, and then she has either a tan or a new bra. Is it horrible if you can see the bra under it? I guess you have a white and tan blouse, and then you have a new bra. So is it horrible if a person can see your bra?
Well, let's cover a couple of bases. So, in the aspect of color, it is proper to either wear. If the bra is not a part of the outfit, then it should be tan. It should be nude. You shouldn't see it though.
You shouldn't.
It shouldn't be peekaboo. Like
okay.
if we're doing this, it's not cleavage or anything like that. I think at that point you probably should, you know, cover up, and then realize the type of fabrics and cups that you're buying. So it shouldn't be like that hard ass demi bra.
Yeah.
Poke it through your
You know what? That's very interesting. Do you think a great deal of money should
Sometimes black works under white.
Sometimes black does work under white. All right. And should women spend the extra money on good underwear? Absolutely.
That's rule number 1.
Okay.
We start with the undergarments. It starts with your panties. It starts with your bra. It starts with your foundation. If you need to wear Spanx, if you need to wear, you know, a maiden-form girdle, we can get into that a whole nother time, but that's a whole nother thing. Like,
okay.
Yes.
Yes. Starts with the undergarments.
Yes.
Spend good money on your undergarments.
You know what they say when your mama used to say, if you get in a car accident, you better have on good panties and good drawers.
You better not have no hole in your drawers.
Yeah, so.
Question number 2, fashion fix. What are the best colors to wear if you have pale skin, and what colors should you avoid? This is from Melissa.
Pale skin, we should, that's in the alabaster family. So those are very chalky and pale in comparison. So things that are pastel-y, I would stay away from. Yellows don't work well with pale skin.
Wow.
Vibrant colors, reds, blues. So just for the people that need a reference, a pale skinned person would be somebody like Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman should not
so
wear
you want
yellow.
Things, no. So, but you want things that would warm up the skin. So you're looking for golds, you're looking for coppers, you're looking for browns, blacks.
Green?
Depending on the shade.
Oh, okay.
More of a chartreuse, less of a forest.
Oh, got you. I love it.
Those fashionistas that are out there.
Sounds fabulous. All right, question number 3. Since fall is coming up, are riding boots still in? And what's the best style?
Well, I'm from Harlem, so a riding boot is never going to go.
No, riding boot ain't.
I love Mary J. Blige. She wears a riding over the knee, up to the thigh.
Yes, she will. I think, Mary will do it.
Never. Winter, spring, summer,
fall. The riding boot stays in style. Okay.
We riding the boot.
We riding the boot.
Ride the boot till the wheels fall
And
off.
speaking of fall, if you can, if you can give me 3 fall trends, new fall trends that people you think that you have?
Well, there's the Baroque trend.
What is that?
I'm about to break it down for you. So Baroque is very, you'll see a lot of the brocades and a lot of embellishments on the jackets, on the jeans. That whole moment is happening again. So we're doing...
Really?
Yeah. Well, the 90s are back. We're late 80s and 90s right now. We already lived it. Like, if anybody knew and could stay the same size that they were in 91, we would be totally great.
Okay.
It's crazy because those pieces, like, remember the Coca-Cola rugby shirts?
Absolutely.
So they're going for like $800 on eBay because they're so hard to find. Remember the hoodies? Okay, and I'm on the search for my own, and I know he just did a GoFundMe, but the African American Alliance college hoodies?
Absolutely, I remember those.
Those are like the hardest thing to find on the market right now, and everybody wants one. So we could have kept our clothes and been fine. But I say that to say, Baroque, yes, the whole embellishment is coming back.
Okay.
Military, it was huge with the print of Army fatigue, but the actual cuts of the jackets and the style of the slimmed out pant, like military inspired pieces are huge. And the trend that kind of stayed around, well, it started last spring, but it's here, is kind of like leisure wear and pajamas as actual clothes. So if you see, like, Gucci's got the slippers with the fur in the back, but like June, she's on the red carpet. Andrew Day, my client, I put her in pajamas all the time. We just did her whole tour with fur and pajamas. She has a scarf on her head and everything. We've done TV shows with sponge rollers in her hair, so it's a big thing.
Wow. Huge. Any questions, any comments? He's here, and he will be here every month doing a happy hour with Heather B for our Talk About It Tuesdays and the Fashion Fix. This is what's going to happen. I just said it. I'm speaking it to existence. God is our witness. Wouri, where can they reach you directly?
I am on Instagram at The Real Wouri Vice. That is TheRealWouriVice. And on Twitter, I am Wouri Vice, WOURIVICE, and my website is www.wourivice.com.
He is the truth. Yeah. He is the absolute truth. He is a great person to be around, and I say that personally because I know him as a person. You are going to have more of him, but you can only have him once a month here at the happy hour. He is a hard man to track down. Thank you, Wouri, so much for coming through. I love you. We're going to have champagne now.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. All right, we're happy hour up next on Fly.